Hello students, you are welcome in the channel of my language classes. To, After a long time I am addressing you and I am taking your class. I am teaching the class. I will start now 7th class English. You see this book, this one book. So today I have to teach you English of 7th class. The first lesson is detective number 3. The detective number 3, they are telling us John. Sorry, वो detective number 3 नहीं, sorry 30. Detective number 30. तो main character John. He becomes a detective and playing a role of a detective. And it is this is the lesson starting. John stood looking up and down the street. John, the boy, was looking up and down the street. He was unhappy. His friend Billy had gone to the dentist with his mother. Actually, he was alone, so he was not happy. He was unhappy, very unhappy, because he was feeling himself lonely, because his friend Belly has gone with his mother to the dentist. And John could not think of anything interesting to do just by himself. Now John was alone and he couldn't do anything. He was feeling alone and had no interest in anything. He pulled down the zipper fastener of his jacket. He opened his jacket and pulled it fast. As he did so, his fingers touched a metal badge pinned inside the jacket. He felt a badge was pinned inside his jacket, and his face brightened. Feeling this so, he became very happy. On the bed was written detective number 3. And then I will play the detective. Now, seeing the badge written detective number 3, he himself thought to be a detective number 3. He will be a detective. So, John said to himself, I will follow a thief. He thought to follow a thief being a detective. I can do that myself. But who is there to follow? Whom should I follow? He was thinking, whom should I follow? Where will I find a thief and what I will do? Just then he noticed a car parking by the side of the road. And he saw a man getting out of the car. The car was parking near this, on the road near the one. So he saw a man just getting out of the car. Now this was something. Now he did his planning to do what he had to do. The man waited for a moment. The man got out from the car. He was thinking for a moment. He thought for a moment, then walked up the street towards the small shop. There was a small bakery street. Bakery street, and he stepped towards the shop. John followed him, and when the man entered the shop, John was closely behind him. As the man was entering the class, John followed him behind. The man went to the corner of the shop where the telephone was. Okay, John bought a milk chocolate from the shop. If the man noticed him at all, he saw only a boy eating chocolate. The man who got out from the car, he saw John, but he did not notice so much towards him. He thought that just a boy eating a chocolate and nothing else.
Start.
And he did not know that the same boy was following him down the street. He didn't notice, the man didn't notice that the boy was following him from the street, but he didn't notice. Now this say, the man went to the park class car. Where he parked his car, he went back to it and did something strange. He got in. He got in the car, started his engine, then pulled up the handbrake and got out. He pulled up his engine and handbrake. He pulled the handbrake, but he didn't do anything. He pulled the brake and got out, leaving his engine running. He left his engine running. Looking about, he quickly walked up the path to Mr. Stone's big house. He saw Mr. Stone's big house. There was a person named Stone, Mr. Stone. He saw it. He saw the big house and went around the back of the house. Now, John watched very carefully. He was trying to enter the house. John was looking very carefully. On the street there was some big empty boxes. On the street laying some empty boxes. John crept into one of them. In a big box, John crept in one of them. Through the cracks it was easy to see both the house and the car. And now he was able to see the house and the car. Yani, that is what the man would do. He would see the house and the car. He could watch. He looked carefully at the license plate of the car. Suddenly, the front door of the house opened. The man, you remember the man entered the house from the back door. And now he was coming out from the front door. But it was not the same man. He was not the same man who had gone in, and he was not the same man who had entered the house. That man had a smooth face with his big nose. Now, at that time he entered, he had the nose of simple as usual, but when he came out of the car, his nose was something big. And then that man had a smooth face. That man had a smooth face, very smooth face, but at that entering time he was not so, it was not so. With a big nose, the nose was something big, and he wore a hat. The man coming out had grey whiskers. At that time he didn't have any whisker, and wore a grey cap and was carrying a suitcase. In his hand was a heavy bag. He was carrying it back. Okay, boys, students, now I am to stop the class, and you are requested to like the video and subscribe the channel to motivate me. Thank you.